Okay, I'll start the video.
Okay.
Connectra creates opportunities for people living with disabilities and programming geared towards greater inclusion and quality of life. Check out some of the programs we offer through our online learning platform, Connect Together, including our Service Mondays, where we highlight a local organization or initiative. Wednesday Chair Yoga with Bobbie Seale-Cobiskey. Thursday Adapted Fitness with Megan Williamson. Friday Rotate. And other initiatives, including presentations by the Disabled Independent Gardeners Association's Growables. Check out our updated programs calendar on our website, connectra.org, or find us on Facebook at Connectra Society.
Okay, Bobbie, you can start.
Thank you, Kausar. So good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, depending on where you're situated. And a warm welcome. And so, as always, I'd like to begin a yoga class with a centering practice. And so an invitation to find a comfortable sitting position. And so sit in a way that you feel the most at ease. So it can be challenging for our nervous system to calm down if we're uncomfortable in our bodies. And then as you're ready, lift your shoulders up, back, and down. Relax your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then an invitation to place your hands at your heart center. So if this placement of your hands makes you lose your balance, choose another placement for your hands. And so we never forfeit balance to come into a pose or movement. As ready, lift your heart to your hands, bow your head to your heart. And an invitation to take a moment to allow yourself to consciously enter into the present. And setting aside whatever concerns, worries you may have had before the yoga class for the duration, knowing that you can come back to that after class. And then when you're ready, relax your arms wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then an invitation to shake your hands, reaching up to the sky if you'd like. Now we can imagine that we're waving to our ancestors, past, present, and future. And then coming forward a little, waving to our ancestors. Reaching up to the sky. So I love to share the story about the woman I had in my class for a few years. She lived to be well over 100 years old. We were doing this practice one morning. She said, I feel like my ancestors are waving back. And just like you're shaking water off your hands, let your arms so down by your side. And then reaching up one more time as high as feels comfortable for you. And this time on your exhale, make an audible sound. Oh, nice. And so I think at this point, I'd like to share a poem with you by one of my favorite poets. And so I had a special request last week to reintroduce sharing a poem in the class. And so Mary Oliver, some of you might be familiar with her beautiful poetry. And so this one is called First Yoga Lesson. And so be a lotus in the pond, she said. Opening slowly, no single energy tugging against another, but peacefully all together. I couldn't even touch my toes. Feel your quadriceps stretching, she asked. Well, something was certainly stretching. Standing impressively upright, she raised one leg and placed it against the other, then lifted her arms and shook her hands like leaves. Be a tree, she said. I lay on the floor exhausted, but to be a lotus in the pond, opening slowly and very slowly rising, that I could do. And so I think I'll read it one more time. And so if you notice that I had dental surgery a few days ago, so noticeably I'm speaking with a little bit of a lisp, but I don't think it interferes with the class. So here we go. First yoga lesson by Mary Oliver. Be a lotus in the pond, she said. Opening slowly, no single energy tugging against another, but peacefully all together. I couldn't even touch my toes. Feel your quadriceps stretching, she asked. Well, something was certainly stretching. Standing impressively upright, she raised one leg and placed it against the other, and then lifted her arms and shook her hands like leaves. Be a tree, she said. I lay on the floor exhausted, but to be a lotus in the pond, opening slowly and very slowly rising, that I could do. And so the new advanced yoga is a gentle yoga practice. So with that in mind, I'd like to invite you to repose. And so if possible, find a space you're supporting your own spine. Move away from the back of the chair now so you feel you're sitting forward on your sits bone. Lift your shoulders up, back and down. Relax your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels most comfortable for you. Tuck your chin in slightly so our chin's parallel with the floor. If it's helpful, you can place a finger or two on your chin. Imagine a turtle. If you'd like, close your eyes here. So our attention moves inward. Allow your facial muscles to soften and release. So notice the alignment of the knees, ankles, hips, shoulders, overhead. Notice the breath. So allowing the breath to move your abdomen. If you'd like, place one hand on your belly. And so on inhale, belly moves out. On exhale, belly moves in. Keeping one hand on your belly, take your other hand to your chest, to your heart center if you'd like. And maybe notice the pattern of movement of your breath between your abdomen and your upper torso. And then see if you can begin to expand the breath. Making it just a little bit longer than it was when we began. And paying particular attention to the exhale. See if you can begin to lengthen the exhale. So when we lengthen our exhale, it engages the relaxation response, allowing us to let go of holding, stress, and tension. I'd like to encourage you, whenever possible, to bring your awareness back to this deep, long easeful breath. And so drop your chin towards your chest, gradually blink your eyes open. And so we are falling awake, not asleep. Falling awake, not asleep. And so from here, I'd like to invite you to bring your hands together with your palms. And you give your hands a little massage, your wrists, and maybe sweeping your hands up along your arms. Okay, so moving on, let's begin with a warm up. So today I'd like to begin with our eyes. And so on inhale, look up. On exhale, looking downwards. So soft gaze downwards. Inhale, look up. Soft gaze, looking downwards. And now if you'd like, we'll add gentle neck movements to the eye movement. So an inhale, looking up. Maybe your eyes meet where the ceiling meets the wall. And then looking downwards. So warming up our cervical spine. And then as ready, bring your head back center. And then take one ear towards your shoulder. And then moving back and forth. So from side to side. You notice how it feels to have your chin tucked in slightly. And then it's ready, bring your head back to center and then turn a soft gaze. Looking just past your shoulders. Only move your head as far as feels comfortable for you. And then turn your head from side to side. So as if nodding no. And then as ready, bring your head back to center. Good. So we've moved our neck, our cervical spine through its range. Now we're going to continue with the movements moving down along our spine with a practice called cat and cow. So we're sitting up tall, and then as you're ready, I'd like you to draw your chest in. So it's as if your sternum is moving to the back of your ribs. And then move your sternum forward and up. And so you might notice that as we practice this gentle warm up for the thoracic area of our spine, that on the exhale, the hands have a tendency to slide towards our knees. And on the inhale, hands slide in towards our hips. And so an invitation in your own time and rhythm to keep this gentle warm up for your spine flowing that feels natural for you. So natural that your movements and your breath become one. And then as ready, finish up the movement that you're on. One back, sitting up nice and tall. So my little bunny rabbit's pretty active right now. So you might see a bunny rabbit and if you find it. And so from here, let's come into a side bend. So I'd like you to imagine you're reaching towards the floor to pick something up. Keep both sits bones on the chair. So if it's helpful, imagine you're seated between two panes of glass. So you want our shoulder lined up with shoulder, and then move from side to side. So it might feel good to inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. And so as we warm up our spine, you'll find and notice that the movements become more easeful. We're able to go a little bit deeper. And then it's ready, come on back to neutral spine. And take a moment. So from here, tall, I like to place my hand at the base of my spine. Just a twist, the base of your spine, twisting one vertebrae at a time. And then twisting gently from side to side. So this is a gentle twist. We're not going into our full range of motion. So again, moving in your own time and rhythm. And so I'm just going to move into the viewfinder for a moment, check the messages. I think Melissa wrote something earlier. Why CC isn't working. I'm not sure what CC means, but Tassar, maybe you can speak to that. I don't know. My tech goes. And so come on back to neutral spine. Oh, there's Benny. So I'd like you to take a moment, notice how those movements made you feel. So notice the effects. So how's your breath? So is it still long and smooth and easeful? Okay, so a little shake out. And so from here, with your hands resting on your thighs, tap your fingers. And then we'll play a little brain game. So maybe explore moving from your pinkies to your thumbs. So focusing on what we can do. And then reverse thumbs to pinkies. And then when you're ready, push your hands away. So your arms can be as high or low as you like. And then draw your hands back. And so with this gentle movement, not only are we getting into all the joints in our arms, we're getting into that tight area around our shoulder blades. So it's like we're giving ourselves a little back massage. So push your hands away, draw your hands back. And one more time. Push your hands away, draw your hands back. Nice. And so from here, I'd like you to roll your wrists in one direction. You might notice that one of your wrists is tighter than the other. And so as human beings, we tend to be tighter on one side. You notice your mind gets distracted and wants to wander off. Know that that's okay. That's the nature of our mind. If you notice, good for you. And then in a loving way, bring your awareness back to your breath and to your movements. And so let's roll our wrists in the opposite direction. So an invitation now to slow the movements right down. So mindful movement, maybe even to look at your hands with appreciation. And then an invitation to imagine that you're moving your hands through water. Nice. And come on back to stillness. A little shake out if you'd like. And so from here, let's get into our elbow joints a little more. So we're sitting up tall, arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, bend your elbows, palms face away, and release. Spiral your palms open, bend your elbows, palms face away, and release. One more time. Spiral your palms open, bend your elbows. So before we move on from our upper limbs, let's go for a yoga swim. And so we'll start freestyle. And again, your arms can be as high or low as you'd like. And then how about backstroke? And breaststroke. Side stroke. Other side. Fly. Whoosh. That's hard work. So no doubt you're feeling a little more energized. And so from here, I'd like to get into a practice called Finding Our Balance. And so years ago, I took a teacher training with Matthew Sanford, and Matthew Sanford is a spinal cord injury. He's a para. Amazing, amazing teacher. Really encourage you to check him out online. He would say the balance is the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. And so worth repeating, balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. And so sitting up nice and tall, like you did, ground down to your feet. So centering ground through the soles of your feet. We want to keep our connection with Mother Earth, and we tend to start losing that. Go down through your sits bones. Notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Spine is long, shoulders back and down. Relax your arms on your lap or wherever feels most comfortable for you. And so we'll inhale, lengthen our spine, and then hinging from the hips. So you might want to take hold of the underside of your chair. Come forward with a flat back. And then rock back up. So we're going to keep this gentle movement flowing for a few more breaths. And so you might notice that when you come into a forward fold, the chin wants to jut up. So I'm going to invite you to tuck your chin in slightly. And it can be interesting to close our eyes as we practice these gentle movements. And then it's ready, make your way back up to neutral spine. Take a moment. And then from here, I'd like you to circle your heart forward and then circle back. So here we're getting into our hips, our lower back a little more. Keep both sits bones on the chair. And as you begin to feel your hips, your lower back, soften and release. See if you can go a little bit deeper. So our shoulders are moving towards our knees. Of course, we're not going to come all the way down. Reverse the direction. So bring a gentle awareness to the space in front of you. Bring your awareness to the space beside you. Notice how that makes you feel. Bring your awareness to the space above you. And especially an invitation to take your awareness to the space behind you. And so moving away from me to we, an invitation to trust that we are being supported. And then slowly as you're ready, make your way back to a neutral spine. Relax your arms by your side or wherever feels most comfortable for you. And take a moment to let your breath settle. Your belly soften. So moving on, let's come into a gentle heart opener. So meditation on the heart. And so take your hands to your heart center. So it could be palms open or palms together. Alternatively, if it doesn't feel good to have your hands there, you could place your hands on your belly. And inhale, extend your arms up and away. And so I feel good with my arms a little bit lower today. Maybe yours are higher, lower. And then making soft fists. So if we make soft fists, this is good if you have arthritis in your hands. Take your hands back to your heart center or your Buddha belly. And so inhale, extend arms up and away. And then hands come back to the heart center or the belly. So if you'd like, as we practice this gentle heart opener, imagine the sun at your heart center. Now on your inhales, as you extend your arms up and away, imagine the radiant light of the sun radiating out all around you. And then gather that light and bring it back inside. It's a symbol of the light that's always inside us. Inhale. This time on your exhale, making a humming sound like a bumblebee. Inhale. Place one hand on your belly, the other on your heart center. And maybe take a moment to feel the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And a little shake out. And so you take a moment, notice how you feel. So if anything I share with you today doesn't feel right, if it doesn't feel comfortable, skip it and come back to your breath. And so if we're focused on our breath, we're practicing yoga. And so from here, I actually like to come into a movement that combines sound with movement. And so of course we know sound has a vibration. And so what I'd like to do is deconstruct the sound Om. And so you're more than welcome to listen if you'd rather. And so when you're ready, reach your arm up to the sky. And on your exhale, make the sound A. A. Other side, reaching up. This time, letter O. O. Reaching up to the sky. Letter M. M. Reach one arm out to the side. Inhale. A. Other side. Inhale. Reach up. Letter O. Both arms reaching up to the sky. Letter M. And I'd like you to notice if you felt a subtle shift in your energy. And so from here, I actually like to come into a practice called eagle pose. And so sitting up nice and tall, bend your elbows, palms face each other. Reach across, take hold of your elbow point. Draw that arm into the midline. Maybe reach up a little higher. And so gazing on the horizon so you can imagine an eagle. And release. And so when you're ready, let's do this on the other side. So we bend the elbows, palms face each other. Reach across, cup your elbow point. Draw that arm into the midline. Actually, let's soften that same shoulder away from the ear. Reach up a little higher if you'd like. So eagle pose. And release. And then shake out. And so I'm curious, notice how that pose felt for you. Notice any subtle sensations. How's your breath? And so our breath is one of our main teachers. It will let you know if you're into a pose too deep. It'll get short or jagged. You might find yourself holding on to your breath. So that would be an invitation to come out of the pose or the movement. Maybe see if you can move back into it a little more gently or slowly. Or maybe it's just not the. And so when you're ready, let's actually do this one more time. I'm thinking for some of you, this might be a lovely practice on your own. So elbows are bent, palms facing each other. Reach across, take hold of your elbow point. Draw that arm into the midline. Let that same shoulder soften away from your ear. On an inhale, maybe reach up a little higher. So eagle pose. And release. Other side. Bend your elbows, reach across. Draw that arm in towards the midline. Let your shoulders soften away from your ear. Reach up a little higher. Eagle pose. And release. And so thinking of you, some of you I know have shoulder stuff going on, so hopefully that felt okay. Let's come into some of the movements of the spine. So I'd like you to come into a side bend, so deep reversion. Take hold of the underside by your side, spiral your palm open. Take your hand to your shoulder and then come into your side bend from there. Keep both sits bones on the chair, and then an invitation to turn your gaze down towards the floor to release your neck and breathe into your rib cage. Can you imagine breathing in below your rib cage? And come out of the pose on this side. And so we'll come into it on the other side. So when you're ready, take hold of the underside of the chair, release your opposite arm by your side. Take your hand to your shoulder, come into your side bend. Turn your gaze down towards the floor to release your neck. Breathe into your rib cage. And release. So let's practice this one more time, and I'd like you to notice if things are shifted a little bit. And so you're holding the underside of the chair, wherever you need to stay stable and balanced. Release your opposite arm by your side, spiral your palm open. Take your hand to your shoulder if you want. If it feels okay, you can reach up and over. Come into your side bend. Turn your gaze down towards the floor to release your neck. And come out of the pose on this side. So take hold of the underside of the chair, opposite arm by your side. Spiral your palm open. Take your arm to your place. Come into your side bend. And creating space in your rib cage. And release. Shake up. Whew. Okay. And so, just reading the small print on my screen. So moving on, let's come into a twist. And so if possible, I'd like you to bring your feet a little wider than outer hip bone distance. It's okay to have your toes turned out a little. And so when you're ready, take your hands to your heart center. Lift your elbows. And so inhale, lengthen the spine. And then on your exhale, bring your elbow point to your thigh. Reach your other elbow up towards the sky and then turn your gaze up, looking past your elbow. Pardon me, if that feels okay for your neck. Come out of the pose on this side. Inhale, lengthen, and then come into your twist, elbow point down to your thigh. So if your elbow doesn't reach your thigh, you might want to put a block or something on your leg to bring your thigh to you. Look up past your elbow, press into the palms of your hand, and come back center. Okay. So I'm going to actually share another version of a twist in case that version didn't work well for you. So for this, we're sitting up tall, and I want you to reach your hand across your opposite knee or thigh. Your other hand comes beside you or behind you on the chair. So you can see we're already into the twist at this point. So if there are contraindications to going in too deep, so if you have osteopenia, osteoarthritis, this is your pose today. Alternatively, if you'd like to explore going a little deeper, inhale, lengthen the spine, and then on your exhale, beginning at the base of your spine, going into your twist one vertebrae at a time. So our head turns last. Close your eyes softly or soften your gaze. And then as you're ready, unwind, come back center, take a moment. And we'll come into the twist on the other side. So inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, going into your twist. Head turns last. Oh, so come on back center. And from here, we're going to rock and roll. So reach up to the sky and twist. Reach up and twist. Reach up and twist. One more time, reaching up to the sky and twist. Oh, and come on back center. Okay. And so I think I'd like to introduce breath of joy. And so this is a practice where we inhale 3 times through our nose, of course, unless you're congested, and then an exhale. We can add arm movements to it if you'd like. And so the arm movements, you bring your arms in front of you, up to the side, in front, and drop. So here we go. Breath of joy. Inhale, 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 and drop. Breath of joy. Inhale, 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 and drop. One last time. Inhale, 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 and drop. Good stuff. Okay. So take your hands, place them in front of you, 2 inches apart. And you soften your gaze, looking downwards, or close your eyes softly. I'd like you to notice any subtle sensations between your hands. And then maybe moving your hands further apart and closer together. And turn your palms face up, reach up to the sky. So maybe feeling the lengthening, lightness, and palms face down, a grounded sensation. So inhale, reach up to the sky. Palms face down. And so I think from here, we're going to move into a practice called sun salutation. So for some of the movements, you might be visualizing movement. So visualization is powerful. So energy flows where thoughts and our breath goes. So let's begin in mountain pose. Arms by your side, open up your armpits. Take your hands to your heart center. Reach up to the sky, gentle back arch, so bend from your shoulder blades. Hinging from the hips, come into a forward fold. So you take hold of the underside of the chair, come forward with a flat back. Downward facing dog, rest your forearms on your lap, push down through your inner heels. So it might be an energetic pushing down. Lengthen your spine. Baby cobra, lower. And then lift your heart, lift your solar plexus. Lower again, downward facing dog, forearms on your lap, push down through your inner heels, lengthen your spine. Come on back up. Sitting up nice and tall, so you might be visualizing this movement. Take your front leg under the front, or your leg under the front of your chair. Add the arm if you'd like. So coming into a lunge, your arm can be up along your ear and gold post. Step your foot forward, hinging from the hips. Come into a forward fold. Scoop up that radiant light of the sun. Reaching up to the sky, gentle back arch. Maybe your hands come together in prayer down through to the heart. So bowing our head towards our heart gives us a little nerve flossing for our neck. So let's come into one more round, mountain pose. Take your hands to your heart center. Reach up to the sky, gentle back arch. Hinging from the hips, come into a forward fold. So you may take hold of the underside of your chair, tuck your chin in slightly. Downward facing dog, forearms on your lap, press down through your inner heels, lengthen your spine, chin in. Baby cobra, lower. Lift your heart, lift your solar plexus, lift up through the crown of your head. Downward facing dog, forearms on your lap, push down through your inner heels, lengthen. Come on back up, sitting up nice and tall. So taking your front leg underneath the chair, or your leg under the front of your chair, visualizing movement. Add your arm if you'd like. So lunge. Float your arm down. Step your foot forward, hinging from the hips. Forward fold. Scoop up that radiant light. Take your hands to your above you in prayer pose if you'd like, and down through to the heart. So place one hand on your belly, the other on your chest. And maybe just take a rest or notice the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And we'll shake out. So, from here, I think I'd like to invite you to seated comfortably back in your chair. And let's do a practice called body tapping. And so we're going to rewire our brains here a little bit. And so hands are nice and warmed up. I'd like to invite you to tap down the outside of your legs, reach down as far as you can reach. And then coming back up, tap the inside. And then tapping down the outside of your legs. Tapping the inside, come back up. And one more time, down the outside. And then tap the inside, coming up. And now we're going to reverse this. So you tap down the inside and up. Tapping down and tapping up. And so actually I'm going to share a few tapping practices that I haven't done for a while. So I'd like you to take your fingertips to the back of your neck and tap. And then come up onto the crown of your head, so tapping. And you can Say, wake up, brain. Like, wake up, brain. And then tapping your face. And then reach your arm up and then tap down your arm. Or actually, it's palm face down to start. It's been a while since I taught this. And then palm face up. And then other side, palm face down. Turn your palm up. And then tap your chest. And then when you're ready, place one hand on the other and then move it clockwise. Give your organs a massage. So soft Buddha belly. And then coming forward a little, reach back. If possible, give your lower back a little massage. And your kidneys and adrenal glands some love. Then move up a little higher. Close to the surface, so important to keep that area warm. And then when you're ready, sweep your hands forward. So inhale, left. Exhale, go. Inhale, left. Exhale. So I think we're going to move towards a pranayama practice, so a yogic breathing technique. And so because it's summertime and I'm anticipating sooner or later, we're going to have some hot weather. So this is called Sitali. So it's a cooling breath. And so I'd like you to find a comfortable sitting position that you're sitting up nice and tall and alert. And so the way we practice Sitali is we inhale through a rolled tongue. So your tongue is out a little bit and you inhale through a rolled tongue. And then exhale slowly. If you're not able to roll your tongue, so it's not right or wrong, it's just the way we're made. Alternatively, it might be that you inhale through your teeth slightly parted. So we'll go ahead and get started. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, reach one hand across, put one hand on the other, turn your torso in that direction, and we'll continue. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And reach across to the other side, one hand on the other, turn your torso in that direction. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So let's come back center for a few more breaths. So if my count doesn't work for you, breathe in your own time and rhythm. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Maybe notice a subtle shift in your energy. And so I think we have time. I'm going to share one more breathing practice with you. So this is called 1-to-1 ratio. And so the way it's practiced is we inhale for the same length, duration, quality as the exhale. And so I'll cue you with the count of 3. And so we'll begin. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. 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 And let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And so from here, we'll transition into a short guided meditation in your final relaxation. So an invitation to come seated comfortably back in your chair. And lift your shoulders up, back and down. And so you're sitting comfortably but still alert. And so an invitation to rest your hands, palms face down on your lap. And then to draw your hands in towards your hips. And so the meditations by Thich Nhat Hanh, a Zen Buddhist monk who passed away about 1.5 years ago, I guess. And I think he was 95 years old, beloved Buddhist monk. And so it goes like this. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. And so we'll just sit and take a few breaths together. A gentle reminder. And so breathing. Come into whatever comfortable sitting position you'd like for your final relaxation. And so you close your eyes softly if that feels comfortable for you, or soften your gaze looking downwards. Rest your hands, palms face up or down as desired. Lift your shoulders up, back and down. Soft, organic movements. And so this is not meant to be a big scrunch up towards our ears. Essentially, we're allowing our shoulders to soften away from our ears. Soft palms, soft Buddha belly. the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Quiet breath. Allow your breath to reflect the pose. Serenity pose. Relax your jaw. Space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Wide forehead. Silently, if you like, on inhale, say let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. So it's challenging to quiet the mind, placing your hands on our belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. So without changing anything, bring your awareness back to your breath. Thank your body again. And so our bodies are the best home our mind will ever have. And now see if you can begin to deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes, hands and feet if you like. And rub the tips of your fingers with your thumbs. And then come on up seated comfortably to finish your yoga practice. And so thank you. Questions or feedback, always love to hear from you. So I'm going to stick around for a few moments. I'll move into the iPad a little closer and invite you to stay for a few moments if you'd like. I'll see if Bunny wants to join me. Give me a sec. Favorite, come here, Bunny. Oh. Huh. He says, no, not today.
Thank you, Bobbie. And thank you, Janet.
Yeah, you're welcome, Janet.
Okay. See you next week.
Thank you, Bobbie.
Hey, Mercedes, you're Vancouver, love?
No, I'm still in Los Angeles. I'm going
you-
home June 17th, this Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm selling my condo. I'm moving to Los Angeles. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm 81 years old.
Oh my goodness. So where you're
And-
from, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great to be
Aw.
with the family. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
At 81, I think it's time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice to see you, Jacques. So, Jacques, how did that feel today with your shoulder?
I think the weather stuff doesn't help. I'm playing tennis tonight, so I have to start somewhere to get all warmed up, and this was a good way to start.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Now I will do
Yeah.
the rest of my exercises.
Right. I was thinking eagle pose might feel good for you.
Actually, that's the one that didn't.
That didn't. Oh, no.
No, there's that one muscle I'm missing now, and that's the one position that I have difficulty with. But I do it so that there's no pain. And so I cannot do it as well, but I'll do what I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Focus on what we can do for sure.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Well, you all.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yeah. Thanks, Kassar.
Okay, Bobbie.
Thank you,
thanks.
Kasal.
See
Bye.
you guys next week.
Yeah. Guys.
Bye.